As we should all know by now, Lina Hidalgo's hands have been tied by the governor of Texas, Abbott, being a sycophant of Donald Trump. In other words, not implementing the types of measures that are necessary to keep the population of Texas safe, and in her case, the population of Harris County safe. She is the judge who is in control of this particular county. She's been doing a lot of interviews on national TV. Today she did one on This Week. What I'm glad to see her do is, without any animosity, just in a professional manner, put out there the reasons why so far Harris County has been unsuccessful in controlling the coronavirus, letting it be known that in fact she did what it took to do the job but was undermined by the governor. Take a listen to what she had to say.
We go now to Texas, which hit a record for hospitalizations this weekend. Joining me now is Judge Lina Hidalgo from Harris County, which is home to Houston, the epicenter of the outbreak in Texas. Good morning. I know you were at home because you were exposed to COVID. We hope you stay healthy. We should make clear you function as Harris County's chief executive, controlling the governing body. And last week, your county moved to the highest possible threat level, signifying a severe and uncontrolled level for COVID-19. Give us an update this morning and what you're doing about it.
Good morning. Since before Memorial Day, really, we've been seeing a non-linear increase in our hospitalizations. At this point, our hospitals here in Harris County, Houston, and 33 other cities, they are crossing into surge capacities, so their operational beds are taken up. What we're seeing is that wishful thinking is neither good economic policy nor good public health policy. We had initially this increase back in March. I had the authority to issue a stay-home order, and I did quickly, early. We avoided the fate of most other communities our size, but since then the state reopened. Now we know too early, too much. It took away my authority to enforce these orders, and now all I can say is recommend, ask that the community stay home, which of course is not as effective and I don't think is appropriate at the level of crisis we're facing right now. Today, restaurants are still open. Indoor events can take place no matter the size. And so that's the issue that I'm facing here.
You have been urging Texas Governor Greg Abbott to issue a mask order. He has now done that for most of Texas, saying Texans must refocus on slowing the spread without closing down again. Do you think those masks, that mask order, will make a difference?
I'm sure a mask order will make some difference, and I'm grateful that that's happened now. That said, as long as we're doing as little as possible and hoping for the best, we're always going to be chasing this thing. We're always going to be behind, and the virus will always outrun us. And so what we need right now is to do what works, which is a stay-home order. We don't have room to experiment. We don't have room for incrementalism when we're seeing these kinds of numbers, nor should we wait for all the hospital beds to fill and all these people to die before we take drastic action. We need to take that action. We need to give ourselves the time to bring those numbers down and to learn from the communities that have done things successfully. We have to be proactive with this virus. We need to be real about what's happening. And I hope it's a word of warning to other communities too, that there are no shortcuts. And frankly, if we had stayed shut for longer, if we'd opened more slowly, we would probably be at a more sustainable place with our economy. We wouldn't be shuttering from open to close. And so I'm glad these steps are being taken, but they're just not enough. And we have got to fundamentally rethink the strategy. The reason we're here is because of that least common denominator strategy.
And Judge, I just want to ask you, you got enormous pushback when you called for masks. You got pushback on social media and from the governor. A look at Governor Abbott's Twitter feed has the same kind of reaction. So will people really follow this?
I hope so. You know, part of the challenge with this has been the mixed messages from different levels of government. So of course it makes this harder. Early on, everybody worked together on stay home, and then things became very political and these mixed messages. And so that's why I want to be very clear with the community. Right now, folks need to stay home, and I need the authority to enforce it. Obviously, folks will follow these recommendations more to the extent that there is an enforcement provision, that it's not a recommendation. The idea is not to go and see how many fines we can collect or put cops on every street corner, but it sends a signal when you have things that are enforceable. And look, we got to give it our best shot, but we have to all get in line that we can't just be catching up to this virus. We need to be proactive for the sake of our economy, our health, and just simply what's right. You know, we shouldn't be waiting for our healthcare workers to be overburdened, for our ICUs to be full. Since when did that become the way we deal with these crises, especially in a community as compassionate as this one, which dealt with Hurricane Harvey?
She was very circumspect. She made sure to place the necessary blame. The reason why you blame is not for the sake of blaming. It's for the sake of making sure you don't repeat the same mistake again. So she pointed out that in March, when things were going very positive in Harris County, she had the authority to establish rules that made it better here in Texas. She made sure to say there's not a chance. We shouldn't be worried about doing experiments right now. Yes, masks will work, and we should do that. But right now, the virus is out of control. We need more active measures. We need to close things down tighter, and she needs to get the authority so that she can locally control what is going to make this particular county safer. Now, if the governor does not abide, he should live with the responsibility of all the people he will get killed here in Harris County. I'm Egberto Willies, host of Politics Done Right, an independent news program. I post several news videos of interest every day. I ask you so kindly to subscribe to my channel, and please leave me some comments. Thank you very much.